Hello and welcome back to Necromancer, and here we are, actually outside my town, and my town actually did have over 300 units inside. Unfortunately, that has now, well, started to diminish, because we have a wonderful friend in Mr. Viscount Herbert here, and he is attempting to besiege us. So I'm just going to allow the time to pass a little bit, and then we're going to have to see about interfering in his plans, and I'm very much hoping that we'll be able to do this. I'm not sure whether I should just go straight on in right now, or whether we should just wait a little bit. I think we'll go in now, because there's 120 remaining. I think that's probably the lowest I really want to risk, but this guy actually has a pretty decent army, and if we wait a little bit longer, you never know, that's probably going to go pretty badly. Anyway, hopefully we're going to be okay here, and okay, I'm apparently missing the horse archer formation. That's actually really funny. Anyway, yeah, let's do this. Let's see what we can do. Now, I am going to attempt to learn some new spells in this episode as well, because quite rightly so, someone actually mentioned in the comments that it might be an idea for me to get some more single target focused spells, or at the very least something that's a little bit, should we say, more aimed at the opponent, because as it stands right now, I have a lot of AoE. You know, I have a lot of, things that do damage to multiple enemies at once. And, of course I do, yeah. Indeed, Withering Death and Winds of Death, Withering Wave, not Withering Death. But yes, those things are all AoE based. And obviously we want to try to make ourselves a little bit more well-rounded in the way that we use our abilities. So hopefully I'm going to be able to do something like that. Unfortunately, the enemy once again is proving to be rather irritating in their movements, but maybe they're going to actually wait here. Oh, they're actually waiting. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay, heal, please. Don't get killed. Thank you. Okay. Okay, that seems to actually be working quite nicely. And then one of these. Okay, yeah, unfortunately that was a, it was okay, it was okay. It wasn't exactly what I wanted, because I was actually hoping that the Withering Wave would head back into the enemy's line, but obviously it's a bit, oh my, did we just lose a huge amount of units right there? One of my necromancers decided to attack. Yes. See, now that's the thing. From what I can tell, I cannot make extra formations, because I know a bunch of people have said to me, hey, you should put your necromancers or whatever in a different place, in a different formation, so that you can actually utilize them separately. And yeah, I would have loved to have done that, actually. I think that would have been really cool. But unfortunately, I was just not, I'm just not able to do that. It's a bit of a feature that has been removed since Warband. At least that's what I have seen, because I actually asked this in a previous episode and a bunch of people answered and said, hey, yeah, this is something that is no longer possible, and so it is, well, it's not possible for me to do that, unfortunately. So I can't create a kind of elite caster force that can literally follow me on horseback or anything like that. I can't do anything like that, because the units that I would need to actually follow me, they cannot be assigned. I'm actually going to retreat here, because it seems like my forces are completely passive, and they are not going to be doing a very good job here. Anyway, so just to reiterate on that, you see here, you see this guy right here? I'd love to make it so that he is part of a new, new formation of some kind. There's no option. There's no option for that. And even with these guys as well, and these guys, you can see here that they are quite clearly labeled as what they are labeled as. So, for example, cavalry are cavalry, infantry, and so on and so forth. And that is it. There is nothing else that I can do about that, unfortunately, so I won't be able to create these custom troop I don't know, custom troop formations and have them actually follow me around and everything, which would be so fantastic. It would really make a huge difference to our overall prowess in combat, but obviously that is just a thing that Bannerlord has as a base. It is not actually due to the mod or anything like that. It is literally just Bannerlord making that, well, impossible to do at the moment, which is kind of weird to me, because in Warband, obviously, we were able to do that, and it was a lot of fun. We were able to do some pretty cool things with that. We could create an entire commando force of very strong companions, for example, and we could have them follow us around in a siege and try to protect us and so on and so forth. And that actually would make a lot of sense. Anyway, we're going to hopefully be able to eliminate this guy now that we have a bit of people coming in and helping us out. And I'm actually going to apparently die instantly. All right. Well, that's, I guess that's perfectly fine. I mean, we're going to win this no matter what. But I would have liked to have gained a little bit of extra experience on the way to that victory. That would have been nice, but okay. I guess it does give us a little bit of extra tactics skill, if you want to see the bright side of things here. But yeah, anyway, there's 15 renown, 15 influence, and so on and so forth. And hopefully we're going to be able to take some troops here as well. Because actually, you know what? Someone actually mentioned something that might be pretty cool. And I'm maybe going to think about creating additional parties. I'm a little bit dubious about doing that for the most part, because if I literally decide to create additional parties, then they're going to inevitably get themselves eliminated. Possibly, you know, that is it's a high chance for that to happen, but maybe maybe it won't. I don't know. It very much depends. So we'll see what happens. But what we're going to do is we're just going to be transferring most of my people over to this guy. I'm going to transfer some of the other units that we want to have on our side back to us, of course. Damned warriors, they're very good. Let's take some of these enslaved fellows as well. Take these two, just to make sure that we ourselves have a pretty decent army. This guy has 96. I'm actually going to let him just go off and do whatever he wants to do now. I'm going to disband the army so that he can just have a fun time. Because what I'm actually going to do as well is we're going to try to create additional parties whenever we have the ability to do so. In other words, whenever we have an expanded amount of units available. So, in other words, a lot of skeletons. Right, a lot of skeletons. So you can see here my pottery shop is doing okay. It's not doing as well as the wool weavery, but I'm actually hoping that maybe this is going to increase as time goes on. So hopefully that will happen. Anyway, let's just go over here, and I can't do that just yet because technically he's still in my army, I suppose. So let's just let him wander around a little bit. Can I do it now? Yes, I can. No, I can't. I can't do it now. Oh, okay. That is okay. That is a little bit strange, because generally you should be able to access this, but unfortunately I'm not able to. Maybe I can do it through this, because no, I can't do it through that, because this is actually this is actually a thing for the leader, because obviously the leader can decide what kind of strategy they want to use for the upcoming war and the various skirmishes that are going to take place as a result. So that might be a bit of a problem. Okay, I actually have no idea how to do that now then. All right, okay. Well, whatever the case, I think the best possible thing that we can do is probably try to get a policy that is going to increase our... What about this? Why is this not already instated? I mean, it would be so good, no? Wouldn't it be so good for the ruler to have 60 additional party size? Maybe it's just too much for him or something. That might be the case. Anyway, I would very much like to get something that increases... Oh, yeah, that's actually really nice. How much influence am I getting? Yeah, I think I would like to do this. Yep, let's just do 20 just to save on our influence as much as possible, just in case there is actually something that we want to institute where we actually need to, you know, go hard, really. And yeah, so I'm actually looking for loyalty right now. I'm looking for loyalty. I'm looking for settlement loyalty, for example, so something like this. But this is way too much, in my opinion. Way too much influence to lose. So, don't think we have anything available here, to be honest. Which is a bit strange. Ah, how about this? Yeah, unfortunately, this only has 31% support. So it's highly unlikely we're going to be able to do anything here. But we might. I just don't want to bring it to the council and then have it be completely thrown in my face. I'm actually not sure if we already have something like that. Yeah, we do. Grazing rights is already available, but I'd like something more. This is great. This is absolutely fantastic, but as you can quite clearly tell, 0% support. So probably won't be doing anything there. And yeah, I think a couple of people were worried about my garrison. Now, here's the thing. You don't have to worry about my garrisons because I have this mod called Improved Garrison. Basically, what it does is it just automatically brings recruits and puts them into the garrison. Because I saw that someone actually said that they were worried that I wasn't putting any units in there or anything like that, but you don't have to worry about it because of this. This is the main reason. So I'm actually going to increase that a little bit because we do have, well, we do have a fief that is right on the edge of the border, basically, and this can be attacked at any time, pretty much. So we do have to be a little bit careful about that. But I'm still so incredibly surprised that we don't have the ability to tell our parties what to do. Because I had a bunch of comments telling me that you could do that. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like I can. Really weird, actually. I wouldn't have expected that in a million years to not be able to do it. Because I think that you can do it otherwise. Maybe that's actually been disabled for some reason or another. But yeah, whatever the case, let's move on and see what we can do about maybe a... I don't know, maybe an outnumbered kind of situation. That might be kind of fun. I'd like to eliminate that guy if at all possible, but yes, I have come to the conclusion with the, assistance of many of you that building some siege engines would probably be a good idea. And I'm talking about siege towers here more than anything. Because if you build some siege towers, you're then going to have the ability to stand on those siege towers if the enemy doesn't have catapults. Ah, they do actually have catapults. That is such a... Oh, that is grinding my gears right there. That is grinding my gears like no one's business. I don't even understand how they were even possible there to put out those blasted catapults. Anyway, we're just gonna try and support Mr. Derek here because he's getting something else for him. And I have a feeling there's going to be a peace agreement relatively soon. I have a feeling that that is going to happen. I really do not appreciate all of these catapults on the walls. So I'm actually going to have to spend additional time doing this. I really didn't want to have to do that. Because you know me, usually if I end up creating a bunch of trebuchets, I mean especially considering I have such low engineering skill at the moment. But as soon as I do this... It is almost, yeah, as you can quite clearly see, it is inevitable that there is going to be an army that will appear out of nowhere and they will attempt to do something. So, you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to try out something really, really funny. Not sure if it's going to work, but I have been told by a trusted source that you can do something really, really funny and generally... I don't know whether you know this, but I actually like to have fun in games. I know. It's shocking. Absolutely shocking. But this is what we're going to try. We're going to try and summon some skeletons inside the gate. I know. Someone actually mentioned this and I thought to myself, really? That works? Yeah, I think it does. So we're going to see if it actually does work because I can't see at the moment. Yep. It does. Can you open the gate? People? Can they open the gate, actually? It doesn't seem like they can actually open the gate, which is somewhat strange. I would like them to open the gate. Can they do that? How do I tell them to do that, actually? Because they're already doing auto-delegation. So I can't tell them to actually open the gate. Because I was actually hoping that we'd be able to do that, to be honest. I was thinking to myself, wow, that would be really, really cool, you know? It would actually be really awesome if we could make it so that we could summon our skeletons inside there, get the gate open. Obviously, this is just for fun. This is literally not one of those things that I'm going to be using, you know, all the time, because let's face it, this is a bit cheesy, you know? It is a bit cheesy, but you can do it, and I think it's actually quite funny. But, of course, yeah, the skeletons are apparently not wanting to do anything at all, and they don't actually want to open this up, which is really strange in my opinion. I would have expected them to do that, as you can see. But, yeah, I mean, maybe I can command them to hold position or something like that, but that's the thing. If I command them to hold position over here, then all of my forces are going to do that, and I would like them to consistently concentrate on the siege towers. I mean, there's only so much we can do, I suppose, with that, because no doubt we're going to get, I mean, maybe the catapults are going to do a number on them. Not entirely sure, but we've got to try it at the very least, you know? We've got to try to achieve victory, because if we don't try, we're just going to be retreating and retreating and retreating against all of these really large armies, and of course we don't want that. We don't want to consistently retreat all the time, do we? That's not fun. So that's exactly the reason why we're doing this. Oh, this siege tower is about to go down anytime. Hopefully it's actually going to be out of the range of the catapults, or out of the, shall we say, line of sight, because obviously many times catapults can't actually fire this way, so I'm very much hoping that that will not be the case. They will just leave us alone, and we're going to see what we can do about murdering a lot of enemies over here. It seems like they're not actually even available to be murdered. Ah, there they are. They're coming. Okay, fantastic. Let me see now. Withering Wave is going to be something I will use. There we are. Fantastic. Okay, now petty heal, please. There we are. Okay, that actually worked really, really nicely, at least in my opinion. Let's go for a nice Wind of Death as well, to just eliminate a little bit more of them, and then I'm dead. But I felt like that actually worked a lot better than my previous attempts at going in to a siege, and we might actually achieve victory as a result of this. I don't know. I kind of doubt it, to be honest, because this is our only entry point. But I'm going to try to increase our speed, and we'll see what happens. It's actually working! Oh my, I am surprised. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I did eliminate how many? Oh, only 59? Oh, okay. Well, I was actually hoping that I would have eliminated much more than that. But okay, you know, if that's how it's going to be, then that's how it's going to be. I will take all of the prisoners. Well, I won't take all the prisoners, but I will take all of the rescued prisoners, or the summoned skeletons, so to speak. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to take all of the armor, but we will not take the weapons, because obviously the weapons give the most... in my opinion, at least, it feels like in this mod, the weapons give the most experience, but I could obviously be wrong about that, because I'm not using the other perk this one time. And the amount of people that said, you should be taking the armor donation perk as well. And I was like, yeah, well, I've already, you know, I've taken that so many times. I'd kind of like a little bit of build diversity as well, and maybe try out something a little bit different, because that's kind of fun in itself. But yeah, well, you know, it's always amusing when you get those kinds of comments. Anyway, let's see what we can do here. I'm actually wondering whether I should take ownership, and I think I might. I will take ownership, but I'm kind of worried about this. I mean, at the best of times, I'm kind of worried about it, but this is the worst of times. So I don't really know whether this is going to achieve anything, but we're going to try our very best nevertheless. Now, I don't really care about anything else here. I can kind of just leave the garrison the way it is. 100 units in there. They are quite frankly some of the worst units that I've ever seen, but nevertheless, they're in there. And hopefully they're going to do okay at defending us for the moment. I'm going to stop all of the constructions here so that we can actually deal with our loyalty problem and our food issue as well. And hopefully, when we join the... Oh, they abandoned it. Okay. Oh. Ah, they abandoned it because Mr. Gorgovich is coming along. Yes, fantastic, sir. Very nicely done. Okay, so we're now back up to speed. As you can see, we're at 100, 100 winds of magic, so we should be able to very easily go in here, but I am just very quickly going to spend my perks first. So let's get Relief Force. Obviously, that's the only thing we can kind of get. And what else do we want to go for? Plus 10 to party size. I think plus 10 to party size at this point is really, really useful. So I'm probably going to be going for that. And we should probably do a little bit more in leadership. What do you say? I think that probably sounds pretty good to me. What else do we want to go for, though? Well, my endurance could be kind of useful. I mean, look at that. Each skill point above 250 gives you an additional 1 hit point. Considering we're dying really, really fast, it would be super nice to get this as soon as possible. So I think I'm actually going to be putting another point in endurance. Usually I wouldn't do this, but because we're dying a lot, I feel like the extra HP might make a difference to that, so that we can potentially cast a petty heal here and there a little bit extra, and then we're going to have more of an opportunity to stay alive and continue dealing damage. Because obviously these moments where I literally run into a siege and get myself killed after casting 2 spells only, obviously that is a bit disappointing, but in the most of cases, it's probably just because we are the only ones up there, we're the only target, we're trying to do something that I've not done before, and I'm not very used to dealing with that situation, as well as, of course, the fact that we are very low in HP. I could have obviously utilized the HP per level mod. In my opinion, the HP per level mod is one of the best mods. Obviously, that's just me. You don't have to share that preference or anything like that, because everyone has their own opinion. But in my correct opinion, no, I'm just kidding. But yes, the point is I find that mod a lot of fun. But yeah, otherwise, we're hopefully going to be able to do something here where we'll be able to get to 275 in athletic. What are you doing there, sir? Are you serious? Did you see that? That guy was being very audacious indeed. Cannot believe that. Okay, well, we're just going to do a little bit of something here. We're going to summon some very, very cheap skeletons. Going to summon these guys too. And a wonderful withering wave awaits these guys. There we go. I was actually hoping they would run away a little bit or something like that. But yeah, no, of course not. Okay, what about this? Okay. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. We still have a decent amount of mana remaining. Let's try and murder these guys with my polearm. Yeah, look at that. 255 damage. Wow. That's actually amazing. Especially considering, as I was talking about in the previous episode, this thing does only magic damage. Well, mostly magic damage, should we say. It does a lot of magic damage. And let me see if I can heal myself before I end up dying. I can't. Because I only have three mana. Yes. Can you feel the pain? Yes, you can feel the pain in my voice right there. Anyway, there we go. Let's just speed things up a little bit. I like the little spell effect. I like the little spell effect that is around me right now. It's like, I am healing. I am healing. No, I'm actually not. I would love to be healing right now, but yes. Anyway, seems like the enemy force has been eliminated. I actually wonder whether I've gotten to 275. It would be wonderful if I could get to 275. That would make a huge difference, because at this point in time, we'd probably have about 25% HP, 20% HP instead of 0, so that might be kind of nice. Anyway, there you go. 20 renown, 29 influence, not too bad. And we can now take these guys prisoner. Or take one of them prisoner. Whoa, a lot of troops. Hello there. Come on in. Oh yeah, that is what I'm talking about. Very nice to see that. Let's just take all these prisoners. We'll just do a little bit of a swappy swap right here. We'll just swap that guy around. There we go. And then we will be... do I want to take all the loot, or do I want to donate some of it? I mean, technically I could donate some of it, I guess. I mean, you can see here. I mean, look at that. That's actually amazing. The amount of experience that we're going to get from it. But obviously, skeletons... I know, it's a good idea to try and level up the skeletons. But on the other hand, these skeletons are gonna die very, very quickly. So that is also kind of the reason why I tend not to focus on that too much. Anyway, let's see what I can do here. I would like to place all of the Empire and Sylvanian troops in here. Don't really want to use those too much. What do I mostly have? Oh yeah. Undead. Okay. So let's put these in there. What else do we have? We have a huge amount of these enslaved warriors and everything. Right, I guess skeletons? I have what? I'm still over cap. That's crazy. Okay, so there's 300 in the garrison here now, which is almost as, well, almost better than my town, all things considered. That's actually kind of crazy. Anyway, yeah, so now we are actually having a pretty decent loyalty here. That is only thanks to festival. Wait a minute, is that thanks to festivals and games? Yeah, that is thanks to festivals and games, as you can quite clearly tell. So otherwise we would be gaining plus 0.52, which is actually not bad, but obviously we need to increase our security here. You can see here that the security is increasing gradually, and hopefully that's going to be a decent amount in time. Now let's just take a quick look at the map. It seems like my town is under siege. I actually think that that is a bug. I think that is a display bug, because I think I went there before and I stuck around for a while and the siege icon is still over the town. So I think that's a bit of a bug. Yeah, as you can see. That is just a display bug, and yeah, that's obviously absolutely fine. I don't have a problem with that at all. Okay, so we have some loyalty problems here, because you can already see that we have festivals and games going on. Security is the main problem. Why is security the main problem? Is it because it says it's under siege? It could be because it says it's under siege, because we are consistently getting garrison recruits as far as I am aware. Let me actually see. Yeah, look at that. Garrison recruits coming in. So it might just take a little bit of extra time, and in which case, once that is done, my loyalty will then start to skyrocket again, all the way up to 100, hopefully, and then we'll be able to start doing our improvements and things like that, and I don't have to worry consistently about my town falling into rebel hands. You know, that would be pretty bad, wouldn't it? So let's just sell all of this. We can sell all of this. There we go. Another 37,000. And as I said before, we're going to try and learn a couple of spells. I don't think I can actually learn spells from this guy, though. Oh, I can learn this. I can learn Magic Bolt, which is a Seeker missile. That might be quite fun. Yeah, let's learn it. Why not? How much damage does it do? Does 40 damage in a 3-meter radius. It homes in. Wow. And it's very cheap. Look at that. It's only 4 mana cost. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so what we're going to do as well is I'm going to go into the marketplace, because I'd like to buy some magical gear if I can. I actually don't know where you can buy magical gear for the most part, because I think I actually did check. Did I check these places? I think I have checked these places. Yeah, I mean, you can see here, I've checked these places pretty extensive. I mean, look at this. Oh, no, never mind. I am an idiot. Okay. We actually, whoa. Wait a minute. That looks real cool. I think I'm going to have to buy this. It's 25,000. That's quite expensive. But this Bright Wizard's robe is looking real fun too. Look at this. Fire damage amplification. Well, obviously it's a Bright Wizard thing. So, yeah, that's obviously not going to help me too much. What? Plate boots? Holy damage amplification. Well, obviously that's not going to help me either. What about Celestial Wizard boots? 10% lightning damage amplification. Well, it's actually really cool that we found these things now, because I was really worried that I wouldn't be able to find things. Oh, Necromancer boots. Yes, hello there. Thank you very much. Okay. That is very, very good. I wonder whether I can find any other Necromancer stuff here. I highly doubt it, because we've started to get into the regions of regular armor. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to buy the prosthetic hook, because I think that looks very... Does that look a bit too piratey? Does it look a bit too piratey to you? It might be, you know? It might be a bit too piratey, to be honest. But I'm really happy that I got the Necromancer's boots. We look really weird now with a huge, crazy amalgamation of different things on at the moment. But I feel like that's kind of decent, I guess. Anyway, there's some really, really nice armor here as well. I mean, literally, look at that. Empire General's armor and things like that. A skull mask. That looks so amazing too. Should I get it? But this is Empire gear. We really cannot do that, can we? We really cannot wear Empire gear. Am I getting carried away? Yes. Am I having fun? Yes. That's the deal, isn't it? Anyway, we do have Gorgovich attempting to take one of the other towns. Actually, not a town, a castle. So that is actually going to be real nice. You can see here that the vampire counts actually did expand over to one of the towns in the... I don't even know what's north at this point. What's north? I don't know. I think this... This is north? I can't tell where the snow is. That's somewhat unfortunate, isn't it? Is there a compass actually on the screen right now that I can't see? No, I'm not seeing anything like that. Oh well, whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyway, the point is, in our opponent's territory, we've already taken one of the towns, which is actually really nice. And hopefully we're going to be able to do more of that in the future. That's going to be it for this episode, though. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.